I want to talk about, and all that has been said is very true. I want to talk about, in this space, how do you mediate this space now? And I'm not going to talk to you about. That's why I said I don't want to talk to you about as organizations or as photojournalists only, but as people who will be in this as visual storytellers, whatever you want to call them. But how do you, in this, like what Bandeep talked about, the clutter of images, how do you distinguish yourself? How do you show images or make things happen that will still move people? That is the question, one of the questions that I want to deal with. And my proposition is that in today's world, I think, and that's something I've been thinking about for quite some time, having worked as a full-time photojournalist, it's no longer about what you show in your image. And I'm trying to universalize this in terms of if there are many of you who may not want to be photographers, but you might want to be writers. So I don't think it's at all so important now what you show, but how you show it. And therefore, it is something that we have to really look carefully at, and something that, again, Bandeep had spoken about in the clutter of images of how you could reach people without having to focus on the sensational. And that's something to think about. And I would propose that if you are to be able to do that, be able to explore the idea of how to show things and not exactly what you show, then you have to concentrate in your training of yourself, not just as photographers or not just as writers, but in the complete experience of life. What you read, what you study, the music you listen to. I mean, what I showed you, I was working on a story for Tehelka. And this came about only because I had heard that song so many times, and it's one of my favorites. And as I go photographing, it's running in the back of my head. So I'm saying, for you all, it's very important to think in terms of the politics that you discuss, the debates that you get into, the movies that you watch, the music you listen to. All that is important. So that's one, because I feel that all of us are the sum of our experiences. There's a well-known photographer called Gurinder Roshan, who's the picture editor of HT, and he keeps on saying that, whenever I'm taking a great picture, that point of my taking the picture, it's like a culmination of all my experiences. Everything comes together. So pay attention to that. The other thing is that we need to become much more aware. Now, Vipul talked about the mediated world and how there is the thing of corporates, etc. So we need to become aware of one very, very important thing, which is a golden rule of journalism, but we seem to have forgotten it, is that whenever you do a story or you take a picture, who are the main stakeholders of that? I believe that there are three stakeholders always. One is the person that you're photographing, whether it's the person or the situation or the milieu, the society, whatever you want to call it. Two is yourself or the organization that you represent. And three is the viewer. And you can't be untrue to any of them. Now, this we all knew, but somewhere along the way we have forgotten it. And therefore, I'm saying, let's come back to that point. We'll skip the other presentation and just come to the NPP one. Now, the last thing that I'm going to get into, the second last thing is, and there's a lot of talk about social media, cell phone, and how it's cluttered up stuff and all. But I actually wanted to show you this project by a group, just one second, slowly, by a group of very young photographers in the Nepal earthquake. It's called the Nepal Photo Project. It's all done on Instagram. Many of them are professional photojournalists, but they use the Instagram to create images and share these images on a community level, involve the community in this project. And now she can show some of these images. And you'll see that it's a very slightly different way of looking at a disaster. If you all remember, the Indian media got banned in, in Nepal. There was a demand in Nepal that all Indian media, especially television, should get thrown out of Nepal. But these people were welcomed because they involved the community. Their work actually got the exactly what Vipul was talking about, got people to go and start cleaning the rubble themselves instead of waiting for some government to arrive. And therefore, I, there is a great opportunity today that to embrace this medium. To you know, what happens is that we think of cell phone photographs or social media only as time pass. You know, we do time pass pictures. We are hanging out, going for a party, eating the food, and taking pictures of that. But believe me, across the world, very serious photojournalists are using Instagram and social media for very, very fabulous reporting. So it's just a question of how you use it, you know. And finally, because I think it's been a very long day and people are bored also, you know. So I'll end only with one thing, because I think it is important for me to say it with all this talk about how screwed up journalism is, that to tell you that it's worth it.